Hi, if you'd like to come on in for a little symbolic support, have a seat, pull it up, scooch, or sit back and relax. We're going to utilize the scrolls as our ink to inspire our meditative state. As well, we'll add on tarot and oracle, and the spirit box here is kicking for any audio additions that may inspire or irritate. Receive or release freely, of course, as always, as they are general messages. Thank you to all those who have subscribed, liked, shared, and donated. You truly warm my haunted heart. All right, I'm going to get going here. Get my little vision board on the go. Interesting. Okay. Empaths, seers, seekers, sensitives, psychonauts, psychics, however you want to put it. Thank you for being here. Truly. I'm going to take a moment here if you'd like to join me to close the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. Yeah, this is, I'm seeing like a fairy godmother. Somebody, or in the bigger collective, to the individual collective, has cleared up some sort of family cycle, or that's been a goal or something along that lines, like in your house. Yeah, in your house of hearts. Yeah, maybe you've been, okay, so I'm seeing the Queen of Hearts, and I feel like at some point in time it was like off with their heads. If anything didn't align, or if, there's family cycles, karmic cycles, whatever you want to call it, whatever resonates. I feel as though it's been cleared up, and now like that Queen of Hearts in at least in the Disney one, where it's like off with her head, is now calm. I'm calm. But that can be like a weird place to be in, because there's so much passion there. Like I was driven.
No energy.
Painting the roses red. Painting the roses red. Okay, so now it's like the roses that were red with passion, fire, and love, love, love. But it feels like bloodline stuff has, like, you might be feeling tired right now. And there might be a little bit of I'm going to say lack of energy, but it's really like in a resting space. And the higher self is asking to come on up, like to receive from your fairy godmother. And then I wander into Cinderella. And it brings me into that space. And when I say Cinderella, it's only in the context because it's showing me very clearly of when she's working and always has this dream, and then it happens, and it's like it happened. It's almost like there might be something inside or within to be like, is it done? It's almost as if you are the one that reaffirms the doneness. the doneness. And there might be almost like a little bit of a detox to come out from that. Maybe trusting it. And if things pop up, other behavior, like everyone's going to download and upload and embody at different times within the family. But essentially, I feel like you have this idea that you'll, even if it's for future generations, in
What date is it?
Their incarnation. What date is it? We have here August 22nd. August 22nd. Sorry. So that's where I'm at. Yeah, there's like some sort of fairy thing happening. Fairies and brownies, sprites. Okay, so there's elemental energy healing going on. Perhaps some of us, some of you. I like to say us in many cases because I feel like it's relatable. There's some energy healing going on coming out of the closet. For some of you, it's a matter of there's that queen. Okay, so it's like the male and female aspects, the male and female energies are glowing, but it's because I'm in this regeneration space, and I've made the magic happen. poke just came through. And I feel like I'm coming out of the closet as Cinderella, less Cinderella, I don't know, whatever her position. It seems to be in relation to something about a position. Maybe you were born into, and you're like breaking out of that. Seeing the other person's point of view. You've been listening. You've been listening to other people's points of view, and maybe even for some time taking them on as your own. Like, again, I for some reason I'm in Cinderella, and that's okay. I'm going to go with it. I appreciate it. And I can see like those 3 stepsisters or whatever, or whomever they are, and they're saying these things to her. And I feel like it's being shouted at me. You're this, you're this, you're this, cold. You're this. It's very cold because I feel very alone, and it feels damp. I'm very specifically feeling a dampness around me. Okay, individually to interconnected. I don't need to keep saying it in this audience, but thank you for the space to share my insights. And as always, please, please, please follow what you see, sense, and feel first, and even feel free to comment below and truly inspire our interconnected nature. There's the spirals, yes, the spirals of creation. It's like, okay. So it's like I was seeing myself from the other person's point of view, maybe from your family dynamic, maybe from the generations. It's like, oh, well, we've always been farmers, or we've always been this, we've always been that. And it kind of has the black sheep feeling, but it's not the black sheep feeling in this context. This is, I'm here to create by kind of coming into this. Coming out of the closet by being who I am, Cinderella style. And for whatever reason, it's Cinderella style, but I dig it. Can I see that for a second? Sorry. See, there's Merlin, like in the energy healing. So I feel like there's time to, you know, when, the clock strikes midnight and she has to go racing back. It's like this in-between time of reflection. Like to believe that just happened. To believe in who I am. And I think no matter what kind of aspect this is of coming out of the closet, it's like, oh yeah, that's right. I am a little bit magic. And that's not even in an egotistical way, because right now in this moment, other moments as well, but in this moment, it's very apparent, not in a screaming at me way, but the magic of a table, the magic of a chair, the magic of a blade of grass. And I'm not trying to, what is that, like fantasize or whatever that word is. I'm truly just appreciating the magic of everyone and everything, even the others that their perspective of me was shouting at me. And I just drew a line, drew a boundary. So somebody's gift, is coming up. Somebody might be a healer, or you're just realizing that you have healing ability, but it might not be your direct focus. It just happens to be healing. Like maybe you're a cook, or when you cook dinner for yourself or your family, or
you're welcome.
Yeah, there's gratitude from the spirit realm for just being you. And if there's others that take it as take the path as like a profession or a front offering.
Jose.
Sorry, I keep getting distracted down here. And this is working with the shadow and the shine, like the higher self of like the Merlin. And seeing the other person's point of view, it's coming into like very personalized in this moment, because I'm with the Pisces scroll in between, the fluidity. Oh, I just spit a little bit. A feeling in between. like the ethereal waters. So the human aspect, or the human mind, is viewing the higher self. It's like the other point of view of my personality, maybe. I don't know. I feel like that doesn't make sense, but nonetheless, there it is. Some sort of boundary has been made. Seeing a staff. Oh, is that Merlin's staff? Okay.
Be careful.
That might mean something to someone in relation to your magic. Answers is on the bottom. Okay. So forgiveness and talent just came up. And that came in the energy healing. If that means anything to anyone. And you have a talent for this talent for this healing ability. And for a percentage, it feels like hands-on healing. That's the best way I can say it. Hands-on healing. And in the other way, it's not. It's just like holistically holding space. As you travel around your day, as you travel around your house, you add a well-beingness.
Don't leave.
Especially when there might be a sensation within the self or in the spaces around you that the well is empty or the well is welling up. I'm actually seeing a well and it's like boiling over. Okay. I'm seeing one of those propellers on the top. What is his name from the Rascals, maybe? Is it the Rascals? I'm not really sure. Okay, I'm going to take that. I'm going to travel. There's that staff again as well. The heart is the hermit lantern. The heart is the hermit lantern. Okay, yeah, I'm going to take this helicopter thing. And it's reminding me of when we were kids, we would take those things that would fall off trees and we would throw them up in the air and they would helicopter down. And it was just so fascinating as a kid, like that they were, dancing in the air. Somebody might have a haunted house. And when I say haunted house, there literally might be this is bringing me to when I was younger, and I was very much so afraid of my closet because there was always like a man standing in the closet, and that's what it's reminding me of. There's a man in the closet. Now this could also be that there's somebody, a spirit that's passed on, that is. How do I say that properly nowadays? I don't know. Hello. Same-sex oriented. Is that a nice... I don't know what's right nowadays, and I apologize. So I'm not trying to be ignorant. I'm truly like overcompensating to be kind, but really love is love. And that connection is very, very clear. So there's a gentleman in spirit. Lovers. Yeah, Cancer. So protective over this person in this house. I don't know if you shared a house together.
Picture.
Is there a picture of him somewhere? Triumph is coming through. Okay, so that's what's making me not misunderstand it. It's because... Thank you. So when I was younger and I would see the spirits would come to me in the way they passed, or at least that's the way I perceived it. So it would frighten me and I would get scared, even though the way they were coming towards me they needed help or they had something to say. And if I didn't answer them in all of my fright, they would go to my sister. And then that's when I would start to, scream and yell, for my mom. And she would come and help me out. So it feels like that. Like you might get the sense that there's somebody haunting you, but I feel like it's your heart. The healing of the heart.
I see you.
They see you. My heart is haunted. And therefore, it sends out into my environment, my home, my, apartment, whatever the case may be, in turn feels haunted. But there's a gentleman in spirit that was... Okay. Hangman, sorry. I am getting there. I'm just trying to clarify this last scroll.
I'm right here.
Yeah, he is right there. He's trying to plug into you. You might still be traveling the state of grief. Sorry, we're taking a turn here, but interconnected nature. So please apply it accordingly to your own, or just enjoy somebody else's story to receive that message. And, take a breath, breathe. Okay, so he's definitely in spirit, and he's kind of hung up because I'm not going to say he's earthbound, because that's not necessarily how it feels, and I don't know that that's actually correct. I'm viewing him as earthbound, but he's not. It's in the way I'm trying to connect comes through a little fuzzy. And I'm just going to say the way it feels because it's familiar to me. It's coming through fuzzy because I'm fuzzy, because I'm in this state of grief. And it's like I'm watching a TV channel that is, whatever the TV channel is. And it's on really, really loud. And someone's calling my name. But I don't know why I'm pointing behind me, but there it is. Because I really feel like it's coming from the TV, or the visual of it, but it's staticky, and I'm trying to tune the rabbit ears. And I can't hear through my own, it's my grief. And the grief felt, do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that grief is the problem. It's moving through it, and the spirit is, because it comes back to this holistic heart, this hangman. I want to help, but I can't hear you. Or maybe now I'm in the living and I'm I can't hear you because I'm hurting. There he is again.
Shovel.
There he is again. No, we're going over there. Okay. So maybe this is also in relation to not only perhaps one or a few stories here if someone's going through this, but in regards to your gift, in regards to your sensitivity and to your empathy and your psychonaut senses. Because it feels a little haunted. It feels odd and it feels obscure. Because maybe you're used to as an example, healing this way. And now it's coming, or it's being inspired to be this way, or it's growing and it's kind of moving outside of the closet of your comfort zone.
Winter solstice.
It's cold. Somebody might be feeling cold spots as well in their house. I feel like somebody's dancing with somebody in spirit. I feel like it moves around like a swirl of cold air.
Rituals.
Okay, sorry. I really am trying to focus here. The word wants to be written is on the bottom. You go. Okay. Whether it's the relationship of your past loved one. Condolences, as well to those working through their gift that is heightening, changing, shifting a little bit, like a spiritual shift. Like in the Two of Vengeance, there's like another person back there. There's somebody observing and watching. And I feel like it's the spirit as you're like fine-tuning something. Spirit guide in some cases, and on the other hand, it's your lover, your husband, boyfriend, this, that, or the other. Again, it's like this weird position thing even with Cinderella. I kind of want to forego the positions, but unfortunately, we have language to kind of navigate this. So I don't want to constipate it, but alas, I probably do. Yeah, and see, even with the Ace of Vengeance, and if you know me, I'm going to follow the art first versus the word, but if it means anything, it means
Shovel.
something to you. There's going to be a moment, it's like those rabbit ears, or like that science thing where you put your hands on it and, you know, electrifies you, and that's where I feel like I get scared a little bit. Where I'm like, whoo, like, again, I'm seeing the spirit when I was young in the closet, and I used to sit like at the end of my bed, like crying. I'm like, there's a man in my closet. There's a man in my closet. I was so scared. And I don't think I needed to be. It was almost like because of my fear, he would have to hide. And I would see where he would go and hide. But he was trying not to upset me. Now, this is very different from the man with the black cat who used to stand in the hallway. I just want to acknowledge that. Anyway. So it's like this shock of the new. So whether it's moving through grief, and it's like these moments of clarity that bring hope in a really good way. It brings hope to my heart, not hope in like, okay, maybe moving from hopelessness into hope.
Asylum.
But not in this way that will, you know, keep me lingering in hope. It will inspire me to know that. Because it'll transform. Like from these darker, and when I say darker, I mean deeper feelings and lighter. Right? Sacred fool and follow your own rhythm. Okay, I'm in feminine energy. Not earthly expression is not my concern. There's movement in flexibility. I'm seeing, you know, like if you were to like zoom in on your skin.
Harm.
And you can see, I don't know, see the skin. I could say the wrinkles, but I don't even know what they are. Mesh. It's like a mesh. And I really feel as though your spirit guides or this loved one, the gentleman, is ensuring that no harm comes to you, no more harm from your heart, or hurt in the heart. Doesn't transmute into doing things that hurt your humanness. And then from a spirit guide space, because I feel like please come back, as the ghost box just said that. It's like that's what I'm calling and craving from the incarnate. So it's like please come back, please come back. And there's a plugging, the call. Okay, and from the spirit guide standpoint, for those that are like treading cautiously, mindfully, but not blocking it off, into this heightening of a gift. It's like this mesh is made of, you know, that, is it paper mache or something? I don't really know, but like I'm going to make it up even still. So like sculpture people or sculpture makers, paper mache, even like maybe chicken wire, chicken coops.
Lower your voice.
I'm sorry. And they can mold this wire thing into the shape, and then they can start to put the clay or paper mache into the shape. Yeah. So it's moldable, but I feel strong. Like it's not flimsy. And it's something to do with like the skin. This could be, maybe it's like a protective skin. Or, sorry, I feel like, I don't even know if I've been looking up. I apologize. Like a brace of some sort. But I'm still flexible. Okay. Because it feels like kind of like a repair. I'm seeing a cast. Maybe that's why I keep looking to my arm. Did somebody break their arm? Did somebody break their arm or hurt their wrist and they had to like wrap it, bandage it, give it extra support? Maybe somebody could also be
yours?
Could be a dancer, and maybe you sprained something. Yeah, this is in the female energy. So the Empress, 2 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Pentacles. I am getting ready to close out because, again, I've rambled. Okay, so the male and female energies. And when I say this, I'm saying it prominently, knowing we have everything inside of us. But generally we lead, perhaps in your partnership or with your guide or your human to higher self. There's a prominent energy, right, for that current to come through. And it feels like everything's evening out. But that doesn't mean to say that the process of that is easy, going through grief to growing, to the growing pains, maybe. I just heard that song. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes.
No regret.
But it feels like passion. It feels like passion. In the transformation. The seasons changing. Because we felt that coldness come through, and now I feel like it's spring. And it's kind of like moving through the seasons naturally. And here's like the gentleman on the other side. So calm. I feel like he leaves you gifts or like little nuts or treats and charms. I don't know. There's something. I feel like things are left. Might have also left you money for you to do things that, and you might have like guilt spending it, or if there's like tangible trinkets and things and you're not sure what to keep, what to save. I feel like keep it light. It's okay. It's okay. Spend it if you got it, invest in it, invest in your wellness. Energy healing Merlin. And then there's this other area where I'm like leaning against a tree, and it's like I'm re-energizing through the elements. If you walk out in grass and you ground in like, what is it, the electrons and like the negative ions of being around water, or going and get some sun. When I'm feeling haunted in my hurts, in my healings, in my holistic nature, even just feeling the scope of humanity, right? Maybe it's not
Clown.
me directly. It's like, well, I don't like clowns. But that's the scope of like
Device.
drawing out and in. And when I'm feeling those things to really connect to, again, maybe there's this charm or there's this something, this tangible something. It could be a crystal or a note or a picture. And I look at this picture on my phone, or I, text or write to this person in a memo note, like a journal, or I can see somebody like doing like an audio thing, like an audio recording of like almost like a phone call, because I know they'll hear them. And it's almost like as one is still living, as you are
Mirror.
incarnate. Okay, so everyone on every side of this, every angle of existence in this auric space, it's like everyone, for lack of a better term, every energy is reeling with the cycle of life and death simultaneously. And this moves, and I'm seeing some like the
Shovel.
a flushing. Don't bury yourself. Don't bury yourself. Something about like lightening the load, and it's okay. Somebody might also take like really walking in grass. Somebody might really care about their lawn as well. Weird message, but that's okay. Does this make sense? I hope this made sense. So whether it's a gift healing, or I did see that, but it goes with the clown thing, because that makes me feel like you're a clown, but it's like one of those sad clowns, so it's weird. It's almost like it makes it even creepier because it's like a sad clown. Maybe you can resonate with that. Maybe that's how your gift or these energies, humanity's energies or other energies stepping forward to you, kind of feels like a sad clown. You're like, ooh, it's weird.
Guilt.
I'm so guilty of it. I'm so guilty of it. Woof. So as I'm getting ready to close out here, seriously, yammer, ramble. I was seeing for like a hot mess minute there, the thing from Stranger Things that came up from the upside down. This could be part and parcel of how my imagination works, right? Like the sad clown or like Michael Jackson Thriller. I think of the worst for one reason or another through whether it's movies, my subconscious, all that kind of good stuff. What comes through when I'm feeling something a little different. Or again, like the spirit in the closets that used to hide all the time. And when the little boy ghost used to play with my toys, and I translated as like seeing horrific things, because the energy was shocking to me as a young child. So I thought it was like something coming up from the depths of wherever, I was too young for heaven or hell, regardless. But then that brings me into a state of deep grief, compassion, deep grief, where it can feel like, though that comes up onto the surface, that darkness is everywhere. Where I'm running from it, I'm hiding from it. Stranger Things, like the upside down becomes upside right. So I feel like if there is anyone going through a state of grief or haunted, your house is haunted, anything along that lines, it could be in that space. And how do you turn it around? You. Working with both the human and the higher mind. This is also reminding me of travel, when somebody had passed in the movie What Dreams May Come. My heart is my hermit. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me. I always forget to say, if I didn't say so already, Please do like, share, and subscribe. All the links are below if you'd like to donate. Super thanks. Or request a personal, I don't know, all that kind of good stuff. I'm going to take a moment here and truly feel a heartfelt hug for me, and know that I understand, I care, others care, and we can always see from somebody else's point of view, especially when there's, true love and compassion at work here. Cinderellas, all that kind of good stuff. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time.